My name is Vanessa Greer. I'm 35, a public relations executive living in Charlotte, North Carolina. I've always been the type of woman who believes in balance. Work hard, love harder. I thought that was the secret to a fulfilling life, and for a long time, it seemed to be working. I had a career I was proud of, a beautiful townhouse in a quiet neighborhood, and a husband who, on paper, seemed perfect. His name was Darren. He was 38, a freelance photographer who claimed to love the freedom and creativity of his job. Our love story had started fast and fiery. We met at a gallery opening, where he was showing his landscape photography. I was smitten by his charm, his artistic soul, the way he made me feel like the center of the universe whenever his eyes met mine. We married 2 years later. I handled most of the financial load. We'd agreed on it. I had the more stable income, and he insisted that his work was unpredictable, but promised it would pay off big soon. I believed him. Why wouldn't I? I loved him. But what I didn't know was that while I was working overtime, canceling spa days and dinners with friends to stretch our budget, he was booking luxury trips. Not for us, but for her. It started with something so small it could have been ignored, a charge on our shared credit card for a hotel in Miami. I hadn't been to Miami in over a year, and when I asked him about it, he brushed it off. Oh, that must be an old reservation that finally got charged. I'll call and check on it. He never brought it up again, and I let it go. I told myself not to be paranoid. I was tired, overworked, and didn't want to be the jealous wife who questioned everything. But a seed had been planted. A few weeks later, I noticed he had become more possessive of his laptop. He used to leave it open on the kitchen counter all the time. Now it was always closed, password protected, taken into the bedroom when he went to bed. He said he was working on a secret project for a client. A surprise for me? Maybe. It wasn't a surprise. It was a betrayal. One night, Darren left his laptop open by mistake while he was in the shower. I didn't plan to snoop. I swear I didn't. But as I walked past the screen, I saw the subject line of an email that stopped me cold. Can't wait to see you in Cabo. Babe face blowing a kiss. My heart dropped. I opened the email. It was from a woman named Tasha. She thanked him for the flight confirmation and promised she'd bring that red bikini he liked so much. Attached was an itinerary. Business class tickets to Cabo San Lucas, a 5-star resort, spa packages, romantic dinners, sunset cruises, all booked with my money. I clicked through more emails, and each one hit me like a slap. He had taken her to New York in February, San Diego in April. He sent her flowers on Valentine's Day, expensive jewelry, paid for with the same credit card. He told me we needed to be careful with while I was budgeting groceries. He was buying her lingerie. I didn't confront him right away. I wanted to know everything first. I downloaded the emails, took screenshots, printed receipts. I needed proof, not just of myself, but in case things escalated. Then I did something I never thought I'd do. I followed him. He told me he had a photo shoot in Asheville for the weekend. Said it was a big deal and he'd be off the grid. I watched him pack his bags and kiss me goodbye with the same mouth that whispered lies. 2 hours later, I followed the GPS tracker I'd hidden in his car. It led me straight to a boutique hotel just outside of the city. I sat in my rental car across the street and watched as she showed up. Tasha, younger, tall, blonde, dressed like she just walked out of a fashion magazine. They kissed openly in the parking lot. He carried her bags like a doting lover. I felt like I was watching someone else's life. I went home and packed his things. When he returned, he walked in like nothing had happened. Hey, babe, I'm exhausted. That shoot was brutal. I missed you. I smiled. Did Tasha miss you too? His face paled. W what? I held up a manila folder. Emails. Hotel bills. Airline confirmations. The red bikini. Does any of this ring a bell? He tried to lie. Said she was a client. That the trips were business. I threw the printed photo I took of their kiss on the hotel sidewalk at him. Still want to lie, Darren? He crumbled. Cried. Begged. Said it didn't mean anything. That he loved me. That she was a mistake. No, I was a mistake for trusting him. I filed for divorce the next day. I canceled the joint credit cards, took back control of all our finances, and contacted a lawyer. I even reached out to a few PR contacts and let it slip just how unprofessional Darren had been with his clients. Word spreads fast in our town. He tried to come back, left flowers, wrote letters, apologized endlessly, said he'd go to therapy, swore it was over with her. But I was done. I had worked too hard to build a life for someone who saw me as nothing more than an ATM. I paid the bills. I supported his dreams. And he paid me back with betrayal. Today, it's been 10 months since Darren walked out of my life. I still have days where the hurt creeps in, but they're fewer now. I redecorated the townhouse, started traveling, for myself this time. Paris, Barcelona, Tokyo. I even started a blog about rebuilding after betrayal. It's been healing in ways I didn't expect. As for Darren, last I heard, he tried to pitch a reality show about photographers. It didn't go anywhere. Tasha moved on to someone else. Surprise, surprise. If I learned anything through this experience, it's this. You can love someone with your whole heart, and they can still choose to hurt you. But that hurt doesn't define you. What you do after, the way you rise, that's who you really are. And I'm rising. I sometimes look back and wonder how I didn't see it sooner. The signs were there, the excuses, the secrecy, the shifting affection. But love has a way of making you blind to red flags when your heart is loyal. I wasn't stupid. I was committed, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. But now, I'm no longer the woman who sacrifices her peace for someone else's chaos. The day the divorce was finalized, I stood outside the courthouse, took a deep breath, and felt a weight lift off my shoulders. For the first time in years, I felt free, not just from him, but from the lies, the gaslighting, the emotional erosion I didn't even realize I'd endured. I've started building a life that feels like mine again. I travel. I laugh. I wake up in a home filled with calm instead of confusion. And I pay my bills for myself now, not for someone else's double life. As for Darren, he became a ghost in his own story. The man who once begged me to believe in him now has nothing but memories of what he destroyed. Let that be his punishment. And me? I may have read those emails and felt like my world shattered. But what I didn't know then was that it was the beginning of something far better. My own reconstruction. My own rebirth. I paid the bills. He paid the price. And I'm thriving.